Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for checking out my channel. We're back in the studio today to do my 90,000 mile update on my TRD Pro Toyota Tacoma. This will just be a quick update as our 100,000 mile update review will be coming out shortly. But on this video, I just want to kind of go over what it's cost me to maintain and keep this truck going, as well as our current MPG and what it's been, what's beginning to show its age on this truck, as well as some other wear and tear kind of things. Jumping right into it, what has it cost me to keep this truck running in primo condition for 90,000 miles? And the answer to that is I have spent $3,128 on this truck throughout the 90,000 miles. And that is counting new tires, that's counting all the maintenance, any parts that really needed to be changed, anything like that. I'm not counting the rack, the tubs, and anything like that. That's just keeping this truck running. Now, I wish I could give you a better number. Take that with a grain of salt. If you see my other video, the lazy dealerships, I was overpaying for a while, and thank you guys, you pointed it out to me on my last video. Since I travel a lot, this truck goes to different dealerships, and the dealerships for Toyota don't seem to communicate all that well together. So some things were being done twice on this truck that I was paying for that didn't need to be done. I think the spark plug's been changed twice on this truck. The brakes have been bled twice. Stuff I didn't need to do, but they didn't catch it, and I was, for lack of a better word, I was a little too lazy myself to really be on it and check that and catch it as well. So take that number with a grain of salt, but just over $3,000. This is its second set of tires. So that's pretty good. It's only gone through 2 tires in 90,000 miles. And these actually made it, the original tires actually made it to the 70,000 mile mark, given they were a little bald and were useless off-road, but they got there. And I like the tires so much that I just put the ones that it came with, the Wrangler Goodyears, right back on it when I replaced them. A vital part on this truck that hasn't had to be changed yet at 90,000 miles that really surprised me are the brakes. These brakes are still the original brakes that came with this truck. And I couldn't believe that, especially for how much flack this truck gets for still having drum brakes in the back. My last checkup, they're still 50–60%. They're still doing great. Front brakes as well. They're disc brakes, but they're still doing well. Not quite as good as the drum brakes. They're a little bit more worn, but still, original brakes on 90,000 miles. That's pretty impressive, but again, another grain of salt to add, or an asterisk, if you will. I mentioned this in all my videos. I drive like an old man. I really take care of this truck, because if it breaks down and I'm in the middle of nowhere, 50, 60, 70 miles from the nearest paved road, I'm in trouble. So I take care of this truck the best I can. But still, even driving like an old man, 90,000 miles on original brakes, that's pretty darn good. The famous Tacoma Squeak. Again, I mentioned it in all my videos because when I first got this truck, it drove me nuts. But I'm not sure if I just got used to it. It's gotten better. I don't even notice it anymore. Maybe a little bit when we're really doing some heavy off-roading, but who cares then? It just really bothered me when I used to pull out of the garage and just hear this thing squeak. But I really think actually with age, the shocks and the braces they use kind of come together a little bit better, and now the squeak, I don't even notice it anymore. I just wanted to touch on the paint. I've gotten a lot of comments saying their Tacomas, the 19s and the 20s, have had problems with their paint right here on the back panel of the back door. Now, this is a 2018 Tacoma, and I have had no problems with the paint whatsoever. I take very good care of it. It's waxed probably about 3, 4, actually probably like 5, 6 times a year. So that might have protected it. But as for those comments, problem with the Tacoma paint, I've had no issues whatsoever. Since we're at this part of the truck, that reminds me, the Tacoma, the back taillight here has had a recall on it because it leaks in heavy rain. I haven't been able to have this recall fixed on my truck because I have the camper shell on it. And it's gonna be a huge pain, and Toyota's asked me for me to get it fixed. I would have to take it to Snug Top, pay Snug Top to remove it, then drive the truck back to the dealership. They can fix the recall taillight there, and then I'd have to go back to Snug Top and pay again to have this refitted to the truck. So please, in the comments below, let me know if you've had this issue with your Tacoma. I've heard some yes, I've heard a lot no. Please let me know, because I'm gonna kind of risk it right now, but your experiences might change my thoughts on that, so please let me know. The only cosmetic damage I'm seeing on the exterior of this truck, and somewhat to be expected, are just the scratches on the fenders here because of the plastic. They can't be taken out. We've been very fortunate not really getting any dents or deep scratches in the paint, but these are, it's not like it really goes through heavy brush to get these scratches. They're kind of emphasized on this kind of cheaper plastic. Is what it is, gives the truck character. I'm not too bummed about it, but just wanted to point it out as it is something that it just can't be kind of cleaned up anymore. Moving on to the interior. As you can see, after 90,000 miles, it's looking pretty good. There are a few spots here and there that have some wear on them. Here from the seats moving back and forth to let the dogs out. And here on the door where I rest my arm, and there's a few other little spots here where some wear and tear, but really after 90,000 miles, I'm pretty impressed. The seats have held up very well. I was actually surprised. Just showing a little wear and tear on the front of the seat from me constantly rubbing it when I'm coming in and out of the truck. Okay, everyone's favorite part of the video, the MPG. And as you can see, we're a little down right now actually. We're at 23.7. When we're usually, our best is 25, and we're usually more around 24.5 or so. That's my average, but you can see here, for, geez, over the last 2 years now, we're down to 23. And I really think that's partly to do with the high gas prices right now. California, we're almost paying about $7 a gallon. So we haven't been traveling on long distance travels recently. So I think that's brought the MPG down, as well as adding the rack up top as well with the Pelican case too. It's probably ruining our aerodynamic a little bit, lowering our MPG. Like most vehicles, this truck sees its best MPG on the freeway. As you can see here, just coming up from San Diego to LA, we had 25.5 miles per gallon. To help out the MPG, I do pump up the tires a little bit more than recommended. This truck is recommended for 30 PSI. I go up to 34, 35, just to help again with the MPG a little bit. And I'm not braking hard or accelerating hard, so I'm not too worried about extra wear on the tires. A small ongoing issue with this truck is the pairing of my iPhone with this truck. Sometimes, just out of nowhere, the phone will disconnect from the truck. It's once or twice a month, no big deal. But I really see it when the phone updates itself, then I have to repair it with this truck. Now, the software can be updated on this truck, but Toyota can't guarantee me that all the stuff I've saved in the navigation, all the locations, will carry along with the update and be saved. So I'm just not going to do it and deal with the phone dropping off once or twice a month. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you like what you saw, please give us a like, hit the subscribe button, and remember too, our 100,000 mile review is coming up real soon. We're gonna go do that somewhere cool out in the desert, Eastern Sierras, somewhere fun, somewhere on location, so we can really kind of put this truck through its paces to show you how good it still is after 100,000 miles. Thanks again. Cheers.